guys, it's your boy T-Man here, and I'm back with another YouTube video. This time it's back to back. I know, but you know, I just thought it had to be right to do a comparison of the new Godox AD300 Pro against the Godox MS300. So here, the basic idea of this video is to give a little bit of information based on what I know so far to anyone else that may be thinking, you know, Godox just released this Godox AD300 Pro and they already have the MS300. Which one should I get? So here's a little bit of insight from my perspective on some of the differences that you may see between the two that might end up helping you determine, hey, which way I want to go. So before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure if you have a comment, question, hit me up in my comments below and I'll be sure to get to you. And if you want to be a part of the notification gang, go ahead and hit that notification button. So getting right into it with no delay. Immediately, the first thing when I buy something that I'm thinking of is the cost, right? So what is the actual cost? And so for me, the MS300 was a no-brainer because it was $100 US. $100 for 300 watts of power. So I'm like, okay, let me get that because I've bought other lights that have been 3-4 times that price. So $100 for the MS300. Now this Godox AD300 Pro, this light was about $550. So you got a difference, $100, $550. So that can be a starting point. If you're on a budget, you might want to go with this one. If not, you might want to go with this one. But we also have some different keys that we want to look at. Another thing we're going to start with is the power. So you know that this is a 300 watt light, and also the MS300 is a 300 watt light. Now, I would say that we can consider both of them even in terms of lighting. That's fair to say. One of the things that I have found that is more interesting though is the f-stops of light. This one provides more flexibility with being able to change your light setting in terms of manually. So you can go up to full power all the way down to 1 1/28 of power. Whereas the Godox MS300, you can go from 1 full power flash down to 1 1/32 of a power. So that means that you have to do more creativity if you need to stop down your light a little bit more, since you are limited to just 1/32 of power with this. So in terms of power, more flexibility, more dynamic range than the MS300. Also, we have the weight. Now, as I hold them in my hand, they're pretty much around the same weight just from me weighing it like this, and that's pretty good. Pretty evenly weight. One may weigh a little bit more, but nothing is too noticeable about weight. But when you look at the form factor, this is a little more compact than this one, being a little more bulky. So in terms of taking this or packing this up, the AD300 Pro definitely has a better form factor or shape in terms of being able to take this home. Now, taking that into consideration, one of the main things that I think about when I buy a light is the mobility. Can I take it on location and shoot? Can I not take it? And so immediately the Godox AD300 Pro is a mobile strobe where you can insert a charged battery and you can take it, put it in your bag and take it wherever you may want to shoot, which allows for a lot more creativity with shots. And I mean, pretty much take it anywhere and get a good amount of shots. This one, you are limited to a power source. Now, right now, I don't have the power source actually in there, but you can look and see that right here is where a cord goes into. So if you have a power source, then you know you're lucky, but if not, you are bound to an electrical circuit, electrical socket, so you can't take this one everywhere. Now, in terms of attachments, this Godox AD300 Pro comes with a standard attachment that can be attached in the bottom right here. And with that standard attachment, you can only use umbrella soft boxes so that they can feed in through that attachment. Now, this MS300 is more of a studio type light, so you would expect that this comes attached. So it has the attachment already incorporated. Also, it has a feed through hole for an umbrella, and on top of that, it already comes with the right design to attach to a Bowens mount and any soft box that can attach to a Bowens mount. So that saves you a lot of headache with trying to figure out what attachments do I need to make this integrate with soft boxes. So you can easily integrate this with soft box as well as with umbrellas. Now, the extra cost for this light, as I mentioned, was $550. And so for maybe about $20, the attachment to allow you to have the same capability is this Bowens S2 mount. And so this Bowens S2 mount has an umbrella feed through hole right here, and also has the Bowens mount attachment for you to clip in and connect and integrate to any soft box that works with that configuration. So it is an additional fee to be able to get that actual attachment. And this one is adjustable, so it can work with other lights. If you look right here, you pop this out and it can fit the Godox AD300 Pro, and you pop it back in and it can fit other lights also. So that is an extra cost in terms of attachments. And then we go to the number of shots. So this one says about 350, 400 full power shots. Now, I'll be honest that typically when I shoot, I'm almost never at full power, but if I'm going against the sun, then I can see that. And so with that being said, on my Godox AD200, I haven't ran out of shots or reached that limit to where the battery went dead and I needed to charge. So these are pretty good in terms of shots. If you're thinking about shooting a lot, then you can compensate with your ISO being a little bit higher and then your battery power being a little bit lower, so that you may be able to take that 300 to 400 full power flashes and get anywhere to maybe 1,000 shots with a flash, depending on how you work your configuration. Now, in terms of shots with this, I mean, these shots are unlimited. As long as your power stay on and you paid your electric bill, this is going to keep firing. So you don't have any constraints with the number of shots that you can actually take with this one. Another thing that I was really interested in terms of this Godox AD300 Pro was the modeling lamp. because on the AD300 it wasn't as strong. It was more of like an LED fix that they just kind of threw on at the last minute. Now with the Godox AD300 Pro, same scenario. It's more power. You can even hear inside when this comes on that there is a fan assisting this modeling lamp. So I'm pretty sure they put a little bit more power in their modeling lamp that comes out from here. But once you add a soft box on top of this to soften the light, that modeling lamp is just almost non-existent, and it won't help you at all outside. Now when you talk about inside, if it's dark enough and you're using this in the studio, then it may help you get a focus on your model. It just may. Now that's one downside to this. The modeling lamp almost continues to struggle. Now with this Godox MS300, I have shot a few models with this on my page, so you can check it out if you like. And I use the modeling light quite a bit, and it has a dedicated light right here which you can actually change. That's nice. But this modeling lamp, it actually has 3 levels of power that you can kick it up to. So I've noticed that when I kick this modeling lamp on, I have no problem finding the model at all. So the power is phenomenal that this modeling light provides in terms of a comparison with this one. There's no comparison. I can always find my model with this modeling lamp, and that is over tons and tons of shots. So maybe Godox with their portable lights will be able to improve that facet of the design with these. But phenomenal modeling lamp. And what I will leave with is the ease of use with these. Now, both lights, I would say, completely are, in my opinion, Godox makes lights that are pretty simple and intuitive to use. You have your trigger, and you can easily set a channel 1 to 21, and then you can easily set a group A to about E that all these lights can operate with together as a unit, but also to be able to control the different power levels of these lights. Now, interfacing with these lights are pretty much the same, so one doesn't have an easier interface than the other, and that's in my opinion. So I can get up and go, turn my flash on, turn my trigger on, and shoot immediately with this light, and the same thing can get up and shoot in this light. So overall, those are the top things that immediately come to my attention with the differences between the Godox AD300 Pro and the Godox MS300. So what do you have? What are your needs? Would really depend on what you choose, because you can definitely use this light in the studio. However, if you shoot a lot of on location, it will be very hard to use this light on the on location scene unless you have a power source. You know, you may be downtown somewhere, you'll be asking a store clerk, can you run a power extension cord to power up your light? So this may be good in wedding events and things like that. But if you have something like this, then you can easily pack this up, take it anywhere you need to go. So it is a studio light for a reason. However, I wanted to bring this information to you just in case, you know, you may be thinking, well, I don't have $500 right now to buy this light, so would this work for me? Absolutely. You can check out my other videos. I have done some shoots with this and have great work. I have shoots coming out with this following up soon, so be on the lookout for that. So that's my synopsis on the comparison of these two lights. It's your boy T-Mid. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and leave a comment, and let me know what you think, if you have used these lights or if you have any questions about these lights. This your boy T-Mid. I'm out. Peace.